Hello and welcome back. This is our final maths lesson of the week. And this really isn't a lesson so much as a recap about all the things that we've done whilst being on lockdown and having a look to see what we can do and whether or not we need to go back and look at some of those videos again. Now, the really useful thing of doing this is that I can see what you can do on your own. So really, I really need this to be your work without too much support. But obviously be aware that there are all the videos there. You can get to them whenever you like. So you could go back and have a look at the methods that we've used and the way we've gone about it in order to answer questions as well. So this is your opportunity to show us how well you can do with multiplication and division, our formal methods for each. Please try to do it on your own. So as much as you can without that person over your shoulder telling you how to do it, just so we can see what you can do, and so you know what you're happy with. Give it your best shot, and then you can also go back over the videos if you need to in order to help you with those ones that you get wrong. No pressure, it's just kind of to see where we're at and how we're doing. So what I'll do is I'll go through the questions, show you one slide, talk the questions to you, then you can pause it there, answer the questions, do the same with the next slide, and then I'll show you the answers. And that's it for today. So here's our first questions. We've got calculate with four different sums here. So 312 times 3, 312 divided by 3, 1,371 times 7, and 798 divided by 5. So you can use any method you like to answer these, just do your best. Then we've got another calculation over here, and this is a missing number calculation, so you're just trying to find the two numbers that are missing from it. Then we've got number 3, where Jack is thinking of a number. When multiplies the number by 7, he gets 161. What was his original number? So you have to think about what you're doing and how to get your answer. Number 4 is the grid method. So one of the ones we did right near the start of our lockdown, and it's 36 times 14. They've set it up for you, so it's just using that to calculate the answer. Pause now and try these for me. Okay, our next set of questions are here, and we've got up to 9. So number 5 is, in a theatre, there are 45 rows of chairs. There are 36 chairs in each row. So how many chairs are there altogether? Number 6 is Jen and Max each have 5-digit cards. It's given them here. Jen arranges her cards to make a 3-digit times 2-digit number. And she's put 157 times 48. She multiplies the numbers together. What's her answer? And then Max arranges his card to make a 3-digit and a 2-digit number. He multiplies his numbers and his answer ends in a 5. What could his 3-digit and 2-digit number be? So you could try it out, or you can use any patterns that you know. Number 7, a jacket costs £52. 8 jackets and 3 skirts cost £653. How much does a skirt cost? So in this, you have to think about multiple steps to get to your answer. You can't do it in one. Think about what needs to be done. Number 8, some cards are shared between 7 boxes. There are 63 cards in each box and 4 left over. How many cards were shared between the boxes? Think about what you need to do in order to get to your answer. You think about the inverse in this case. And finally, you've got to work out 25 times 87 times 4. Explain and show your method. So this really is a place of trying to show what you've done and remembering the rules around multiplication. Pause now and have a go. So the next slides I'm going to show you are just going to be the answers. We're not necessarily going to talk through it a lot, so just going to give you a brief idea of them. And you mark them as you go and then post your answers onto Tapestry for me. So the first load of questions are here. We've just used our standard written methods in order to find these ones out. This is a missing number, thinking about what each one is. So 6 times 7 is 42, therefore 6 times nothing here would be nothing with 4 added in, and then 6 times 2 is 12, and we've got that there. Number 7 doesn't have an answer here, so we'll just quickly, number 3, sorry, doesn't have an answer there, so let's quickly do that. Otherwise, you won't know what the answer is. So Jack is thinking of a number, he multiplies it by 7 and gets 161. What's his number? What we need to remember when we're doing this is what the inverse of multiplication is. And in the majority of the cases, the inverse of a number is, the inverse of multiplication is, there we go. Inverse of multiplication is division. So what we're going to do is we're going to use division. So we're multiplying here, and he's multiplied time something by 7 to get 161. So we have to do the inverse. So we take 161 and we are going to divide it by 7 because it's the opposite of what we've done here. And the answer should give us our original question. So 7 into 1 doesn't go. So we carry it over, we'll exchange it. Then we've got 7 into 16 goes twice with 2 left over. 7 into 21 goes 3. So the number we're looking for is 23. Then we've got the grid method here, and we just times them out. So we've got 10 times 30 is 300, 10 times 6 is 60, 4 times 30 is 120, and 4 times 6 is 24. Then we add them all together to get 504. So what we've got here is you can see that it's 1 mark for correct method with 1 error. What this actually means is you get a mark for just attempting it with an error in. So what we're going to do in theatres, there are 45 rows of chairs, there are 36 in each row, so you're going to times 45 by 36. And the answer you get is 162. Now, what they mean by 1 error, you might have done one of your calculations slightly wrong, or the addition could be wrong if both your multiplications are correct. So you do 6 times 45 and then 30 times 45, and you multiply them out and you get your answers that way. So 6 times 5 is 30. 6 times 4 is 24, plus this 3 is 27. Then we're timesing by 10 because in the tens, so 3 times 5 is 15, and 3 times 4 is 12, plus 1 is 13. And then we add them together, 0. Yeah, 5 times 7 is 12, which is what we've got here with 1 carried over to make that 6 and that 1. So that's how we would do it, and that's our answer there. So again, we're just following this through. We do our method, so as long as you got part of your method with 1 error, so if you set it up correctly similar to this, then you get a mark, and then that's the actual answer. And this one here, as long as there is a multiplication by 5, there's got to be a 5 in the ones column in order for it to end up being a 5. But also, if it's got a 5 at the end, it must be 5 times an odd number. So that means that 1 or 7 must also be in there, and that's why. Number 7, 52, jacket costs 52, 8 jackets and 3 shirts cost that. So how much does a skirt cost? So what we're going to do, if we've got 8 jackets, first off we have to work out what 52 times 8 is. So we can use our method to do that. We do 8 times 2 is 16, and 8 times 5 is 40, plus 1 is 41. Then we do a subtraction. That could be your 1 error if you did that. Minus how much the jackets cost. So we just use our methods as we normally would in order to answer are questions. Then, so 1 mark for 3 shirts. So if you get to that stage, so this is how much the jackets cost, the total minus the jackets for this. So if you know that 3 skirts cost that, then that's 1 mark. If you get to the total answer, which is then you're dividing 237, you're dividing that by 3. So 3 doesn't go, so 3 into 23 goes 7 times with 2 left over. 3 into 27 goes 9 times. Your answer is there. That'll get you 2 marks for that. This, if you got the answer right, would be 2 marks. This, if you got the answer right, would be 2 marks as well. Some cards are shown and shared between 7 boxes. There are 63 cards in each box with 4 left over. How many cards are shared between all of them? So what they've done is a division. They've done something divided by 7 equals 63, remainder 4. So what we have to do is the opposite, and the opposite of division is multiplication. So we times 63 by 7. So 7 times 3 is 21. 7 times 6 here is 56 plus 7 times 6 is 42, plus 2 here is 44, like that. But then you have to remember that you've got this remainder that needs to be added onto here. So 441 plus that 4, and that equals the answer, which is 445. Then question 9, work out 25 times 87 times 4. Explain or show your method. So you could say I did 25 times 4 first, which is 100, then multiplied 87 by 100. And that's the easiest way to do it, because 25 times 100 is 100, and timing by 100 is very nice and straightforward, and it's simple like that. You could do it, you could have times those two together and then times it by 4, or you could times those two together and then times it by 25. Either way works, you will still get to the same answer, but it's just how easy it is to get to that. So, how did you get on? Have a look through the answers, see what you did, what you found difficult, and you can always go back and look at any other videos in order to help understand and re-watch anything in order to get additional practice. Let us know how you got on, post it onto Tapestry for us, and we will see you in the next video. Goodbye.